Hello and welcome to the Dulwich Picture Gallery and an intriguing exhibition called The Chamber by a young British artist, Somaya Critchlow. And Somaya Critchlow is best known for her nudes, but these nudes of hers, they have interesting stories. To make the show, Somaya Critchlow was invited to study the Dulwich Picture Gallery and its old masters. It's a fabulous collection full of intriguing pictures, and she picked out some that meant something special to her, and she's produced work that's a reaction, if you like, to the old masters. So the exhibition contains original examples of the old master art here, paintings by Gerrit Dou, paintings by Fragonard. And Somaya Critchlow has looked at these paintings, she's absorbed them, and she's painted her own reactions to them. Now I like this Gerrit Dou a lot. It's called A Woman Playing a Clavichord. And what it shows is a young girl in a typical Dutch interior sitting by the window playing the clavichord. Well, what's she doing? Well, it's the little details of the picture that tell us. So at the bottom here, there's a bottle of wine cooling, waiting for somebody. Over here, there's a lovely cushion that's been plumped as if it's ready for somebody to sit on. And then in the middle, there's a viola da gamba, these musical instrument that was often used as a sexual symbol in Dutch art because the shape of the viola da gamba is a little bit like the shape of a shapely woman. So I think we can be pretty sure that what Gerrit Dou is doing here is painting a young woman who's waiting for a male visitor. She's in her chamber, her inner space, and we, if you like, are the people she's waiting for. So the Gerrit Dou is about a young woman inviting, if you like, a male visitor to her chamber, and Somaya Critchlow's response to it is much more direct, very striking, a big nude, but it's the same idea. This woman here, she's waiting for a visitor, isn't she? She's, in my mind, maybe perhaps a call girl or courtesan or something in a brothel. And she's a victim, isn't she? There's sadness in her face. There's a forlorn spirit to the picture and a sense of resignation. A sense, if you like, of this is her lot in life. So all these Somaya Critchlow pictures here were inspired or they're a response to things in the Dulwich Picture Gallery. And this is a direct response to a lovely painting, a famous painting by Rubens that shows Venus, Mars and Cupid. And in the Rubens painting, Venus is feeding Cupid, squirting milk into his mouth. And Somaya Critchlow has removed Mars and Cupid from the scene, and she's got this black Venus, if you like, who's also squeezing her breasts in the same fashion. But she hasn't got a baby to feed, so what is she doing? She's displaying herself. She's perhaps inviting us to imagine things. And you get that a lot with Somaya Critchlow's art. She gives you these storylines that are unfinished, and it's up to you as the viewer to add the rest of the plot, add the drama, to add the understanding. What I love about this exhibition is that by choosing these old masters to show us, Somaya Critchlow is forcing us almost, or perhaps enticing us, to look at their work more closely as well. So it's not just her work that we see here and enjoy here, it's the work of the old masters that she's picked out, such as the great Jean-Honoré Fragonard, Rococo painter from France. And he's one of the most adventurous and progressive artists of the 18th century, but he tends to be forgotten about. And Somaya's picked him out, stuck him in her show, and forced us to examine his paintwork. I mean, come here, look at this stuff going on. It's so exciting, so ahead of its time. I mean, it's a fantastic piece of paintwork, of loose-wristed art at its very best. And she's making us notice it. Good on you, Somaya Critchlow. Some of the poses you find in old master art here in Dulwich, because they're in an old master picture, You sort of walk past them and you don't really notice them almost. It's as if the pose of the nude is irrelevant. But by updating all that, by giving us a nude in an old master pose, but it's obviously a modern woman in the modern world, Somaya Critchlow takes these poses out of the past, puts them in the present, and makes them so much more active and edgy. Come and see this show. You'll really enjoy it. It's got intriguing paintings by one of Britain's best young artists, and it's got old master art, which you're encouraged to look at in new ways. You can find new storylines in it. Somaya Critchlow, The Chamber, at the Dulwich Picture Gallery.